No podcast.
Not a solitary podcast. Not even one yet.
Not even one good podcast.
I thought we'd be juggling 3 or 4 by now.
It's true.
I don't know. Is it possible that we've been too ambitious?
It is possible.
Should I don't know. Back to square one. We've talked about that before. Maybe it's what's the nuts and bolts? We might need to strip this bad boy down and see.
Take a look at
what's under the hood. Yeah, see if we can get it to purr or if it's just gonna clunk a junk.
Yeah, this old jalopy of ours. We're riding around. We got Archie and Jughead.
Yeah,
Joe Biden.
Planning on going up to.
We're gonna go up to the makeout point
and,
with Archie and Jughead and Joe Biden.
Yeah, and all race. See who gets chicken and stops before we go off the cliff. I know I always go off the cliff, all the way off. That's how you win.
We're gonna race at makeout point. I assumed that we would be playing a little game of Russian hands and Roman fingers.
That's for after the race.
That's the winner takes all. All 3 holes.
It's these people are going to be fairly distraught because they're going to be pulling my mangled corpse out of the ravine, and it'll be really easy to take advantage of the emotional state that all these teeny boppers are in.
I thought you meant they were going to take advantage of your mangled corpse.
Oh, you can do whatever you want with it.
Have at it.
I would like my corpse to be the first corpse puppet.
The first.
I want to be far more famous in death than I was in life.
It's on live leak. Man drives off cliff in race with Joe Biden, then has a train run on his corpse. Just a bunch of kids leaving a sock hop, and they're like, "Oh, what's this over here? Hey, everybody, we're all doing sex with the corpse."
Yeah, I'll try anything once, right? That's how always be open to new experiences.
It's honestly, if things were that free back then, Chuck Berry would have never invented rock and roll. It was the fact that he couldn't just fuck dead bodies and do weird sex shit that, he got bored and started inventing rock and roll.
And then once he got a certain amount of money, he could open a restaurant up and install cameras in the women's restroom. There was no need anymore.
He's like, listen,
You get complacent once all the fine things in life
rock
are
and
at
roll
your
is
fingertips.
just what I do to pay the bills, and by that I mean the dookie sex bills. I gotta make we've got a.
Oh yeah, we got a correction.
We have a correction to make. In a previous episode, we talked about Todd Rundgren. We said some pretty disparaging things about Todd Rundgren, and I'm not cowing to cancel culture on this. I stand by what I said. Todd Rundgren doesn't want to work.
Yeah,
has no work ethic. He just wants to bang on the drum all day. However, I will say that he's been a hell of a stepfather. Practically raised Steven Tyler's kid. And he doesn't get enough credit for that.
That's true.
Also, in a previous episode, I kept saying where the rollerbladers hang out, and I couldn't think of where it was. It was Venice Beach.
Venice Beach.
Venice Beach was what I was thinking.
Is that also where the weightlifters hang out?
Yeah. Wait, no, that's Muscle Beach. I think.
Okay.
I think, although maybe it's the other kind of muscles. It's just a beach with a bunch of
You get a bucket
clams.
of mussels, yeah. You got to shuck them and...
Nobody thought to be like, well, these should have another name. Mussels is taken.
Why not Rollerblade Beach?
Yeah.
Mussel Beach was pretty
Like,
simple.
hey,
Nobody's
what should we
forgetting.
call these little clams? Let's call them rollerbladers. I was thinking mussels. Mussels is already a thing, numbnuts. They're called
Rollerblades won't be invented for 50 years.
That's on a very special episode of Quantum Leap.
Yeah. Also, we misidentified the artist that performed the song Brandy.
Oh, that's true. It's Looking Glass, not Golden Earring. I believe Golden Earring did Radar Love.
Yeah.
I'm not looking it up, so we might be back again next week with another correction on that.
Yeah. The way these things go, it's exponential. I mean, pretty soon, at least the first half an hour of this show is going to be corrections.
Yeah. We're sorry that we incorrectly identified the winner of the Daytona 500 as Dale Earnhardt. It was, in fact, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Sorry for any confusion that caused in the wake of his
Now
untimely
I want
passing.
Dale Earnhardt's body to be the first puppet, and I want that puppet to drive a car.
They have a self-driving car, and they just tape his hands to the steering wheel.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Self-driving cars are going to put truck drivers out of business, but it's not going to be pretty for NASCAR either. Now that you think,
I think just how crushingly boring it is has almost put NASCAR out of business. Seriously, I can't remember the last time I had someone try to engage me in conversation about NASCAR.
I would. You know what? But can you imagine? There'd be no more deaths if they had the self-driving car NASCAR. Self-driving NASCAR.
But would you just program the winners beforehand? Like, how would this work with gamble culture?
No, it would be where people would, like, each team would be trying to write a better program to, block a draft. And then, or maybe, hey, you know what? Here's how we solve the CTE problem. Robot football.
Well, they already got that one.
They got the football.
He dances before the game comes back on. I think his name's Cletus.
How rad would that be if he were on the field just mixing it up with those big boys, huh?
Are you saying just at first we just get Cletus out there, then if it goes over well, we'll build more?
He's the first. He's the first robot to break.
You got to break that.
Break the singularity barrier.
Yeah. Well, he's a great dancer.
I think that this is unrealistic. A football robot wouldn't be a humanoid robot, right? I mean, that's linear thinking. That's not how.
Are we gonna get the battle bots out there?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you wanna think outside the box. You wanna make a lateral move here. So maybe
you want to put a circular saw right on the face of your player.
It's just maybe this is just like a unidirectional moving metal disc on the ground with a hammer.
Yeah.
Just kind of, he can scoot side to side, and he just has a hammer.
We just put like
swinging hammer on the top.
Put a laundry basket on top of him. We'll have the quarterback throw it into that.
Yeah, this is how. And then eventually, one by one, all of the players are replaced by robots until it's just a motley crew of robots out there tearing up the gridiron. That's what I dream of. Until then, we'll have to settle for.
Yeah, you dream of the future. I don't know if we'll live to see it, but it shall come to pass.
It shall come to pass. So on earth as it is in heaven.
Yeah, give
Amen.
us this day our daily robot football, and forgive us our trespasses and the robot's encroachment.
You know what? The XFL is trying to make a big splash, and they could. This is an option, Just put a robot out there.
Just one to start with.
Just one starter robot.
Maybe it's a kicking robot. the kicking game's always been boring anyway. That's an easy in there. It also doesn't need to be quite as mobile, because the kicking robot could just stand in place. Like it really, if you carry it out there, it only needs one moving part.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think that you have to have a real robot. It's just somebody dressed like a robot, Maybe
we just put somebody in a suit of armor and go out there.
All right. What do you think about this? Dynamo from The Running Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just covered in lights and he sings opera and he shoots electricity out of his hands.
I think most of the characters from The Running Man would make pretty good football players. Even though he's a hockey player in the movie, I'm trying to remember that running man's name.
Well, he wasn't a running man. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a running man.
Yeah, I guess he was
a stalker. Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, yes.
He was like the Japanese sumo wrestler, hockey man.
Yeah, he'd
with
be
razor.
a great center on the offensive line, possibly a defensive tackle.
He was, yeah.
I mean, Jim Brown, one of the greatest football players of all time, was a stalker. So I think this is a pretty good pool to pull from.
Jim Brown was... what was his name?
Was his power electricity?
No, that was Dynamo.
Okay, Dynamo had electricity.
Fireball, yeah, because there was Buzzsaw, Fireball, Dynamo, and Sub-Zero.
How come we don't have him on the bottle of Fireball whiskey?
Probably because he was the worst of the stalkers.
Yeah.
Honestly, let's start our own. We'll make a Dynamo whiskey.
And with all of our whiskey profits, we'll start our robot football league.
Robot football league, but this time there's stalkers, and then we just have Dynamo and Fireball and Buzzsaw, and we'll get John Travolta from that Fred Durst movie.
Okay.
I was watching that movie when my girlfriend fell asleep on the couch the other night.
This is the movie where John Travolta has the really bad haircut?
Yes, he has a very bad haircut, and he talks very strangely, and he's obsessed with Devon Sawa. Or Devon Sawa playing the biggest movie star in the world.
Oh.
Which, I mean, Sawa does not have the chops to sell that character.
That was like...
If he did, he probably would be the most famous actor in the world or something.
It's catch-22 casting.
It's honestly...
Same thing happened with Adrian Grenier on Vincent Chase, Entourage.
Yeah. Here's the really funny part, though, to think about it. So you have you have this screenplay. You're like, I'm the guy who wrote Nookie, and now I'm a movie director. It's the story of a crazed fan who chases around and threatens an A-lister, and it becomes like violent and scary. Now, here's who we have attached so far. We have star of Saturday Night Fever and Pulp Fiction, John Travolta. And then we have the boy who played Stan in the Stan music video. They could have just played it the other way.
The tables have turned. This time you the Eminem.
Oh, it's dumb. But there's a very realistic iPhone alarm sound at one point in the movie. And Laura jumped up off the couch and was like, "What time is it? What time is it?" And it was like 10 o'clock at night. I tried to get her to watch a good movie, and she fell asleep. So then I watched
The
Fanatic.
A great movie.
Then I was like, well, now it's Daddy's time. Daddy's gonna watch his cinemas. All right, so let's get to the podcasting.
Yeah, let's. My first idea this week is nude names.
Nude names?
That is NEW' names. Because everything has a feeling of sameness to it these days. We were talking earlier about how people are wearing the same clothes today that they were 20 years ago. Like we don't have these radical sea changes in style, and it seems like I've grown just used to the technology curve. Like nothing's blown my mind in a while, and I think that the way that we make things fresh and exciting again is just strip everything of its name and redistribute the names.
Start it over.
Yeah. So, maybe a hot dog isn't a hot dog anymore. Maybe it's grill meat tube.
Grill meat tube. So we're
really stripping it down, opening the hood, tinkering around, taking everything apart and putting it back together.
Yeah. It's not... This isn't a light bulb anymore. This is a glow bubble.
Yeah. You just installed a house for new glow bubbles in your kitchen today.
That's true, I did. And boy, oh boy, does it make me feel like a big, strong man. Oh my gosh, I forgot. We actually had real news that we forgot to address at the top of the show.
Oh no, what would we?
We got to give a shout out to Hot Dog Man 2.
Grill Meat Tube Man 2.
Yeah, Grilled Meat Tube Man 2 left us a nice review on iTunes. He says, awkward and awkward. It's like a car accident you can't look away from. Enjoy.
And that's a 5-star review?
5 stars.
All right.
He says enjoy. So is he saying enjoy to us? Because is he trying to take credit for our work?
I think he thinks it's a compliment, and he's like, it's, how sometimes people will describe an animal in a way, it's like, it's so ugly it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's saying that we need to probably have our skills sharpened a little bit. Like we maybe need a Henry Higgins to take the rough edges off, but I think he's seeing through to our hearts of gold.
Hank Higgins.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much, Hot Dog Man.
Thank you for your backhanded compliment and 5-star rating.
And honestly, every little bit helps to get that one homophobic one buried.
That is true.
Off the front page.
Yeah. We need to just keep pushing that down so far. Let's repress that review.
Let's just treat that review like all of the homophobia that most politicians did up until like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
We'll just pretend like it didn't happen, and now they're all Khaleesi's. Anyway, I got an idea for a podcast here.
Okay, what you got?
This is called the Pinocchio Cast. This would be a fact-checking podcast. You know how the Washington Post has their Pinocchio meter?
Yes.
We would just we'd have our own Pinocchio meter, But we would take it outside of the realm of politics. We would award Pinocchios to popular songs, film, television.
So you would get Pinocchios based on whether, like, would it be their actual lies contained within the lyrics of these songs, or would we say, like, this is a song made not in good faith?
Well, yeah, it would be like, yeah, we would have to we would examine, what's a popular song right now?
I never know. I don't know popular songs until after they aren't popular anymore, I've found.
Here we go. We got the Post Malone Circles. It says, oh, 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 oh. We couldn't turn around till we were upside down. I'll be the bad guy now, but no, I ain't too proud. So, says that he couldn't turn around until he was upside down.
That's not true. That actually makes it more difficult to turn around because as bipedal animals, we need these feet on the ground to turn around. If you're standing on your head, I guess maybe you could twist yourself, but you need some pretty good upper body strength and balance. And if that is your preferred method of turning around, I'd say that you're a pretty silly person.
I feel like, wasn't there a level on one of the Mario games where it turns upside down? That could be what he's talking about. Boy, I really tickled your brain with that.
I'm still thinking about it. I feel like there's a little bit of... I'm just trying to determine is he being... Is he saying literally, I can't turn around unless I'm upside down?
It says,
or
we couldn't turn around till we were upside down. So, I guess I can't speak for Post Malone. Perhaps he exists on a circular two-dimensional plane, in which case he would have to just, if he were traveling to the right, the only way that he could travel to the left would be once he was upside down,
I've never seen him in all the glory of his three dimensions. To me, he does exist as a...
He could very likely be a two-dimensional...
Okay, so we might give this song some Pinocchios, but with the caveat that...
He doesn't say I, though. He says we. So I can speak for myself. You got a two-dimensional mouse in your pocket, Post? This is one Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Some hints of truthiness.
I think his nose is going to grow a little bit, but I don't think it's going to, keep him from turning around in a hallway.
Oh, this song is called Circles. Perhaps it is just about he's on a two-dimensional circle. Well, I'm just checking out some more of this. Yeah. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flame, 'cause we can't let go. This is, you know what? This gets a Geppetto. It doesn't mean anything. We're gonna award this one a Geppetto.
Okay. Is that for anybody who accidentally does just a bunch of nothing?
Yeah. This is for just having bad ideas. Gets a Geppetto. It's not a lie.
I'm gonna make a sun out of a piece of tree.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish the puppet I made was my son.
Oh, he's alive. Now I'm wondering why I didn't make a sexy puppet.
Man.
Now that's a movie I'd pay to see in theaters.
I imagine that there were some pretty crude sex dolls that I'm not aware of.
He's like, oh, I wish that my little puppet would come to life. And I also wish that my little puppet had big naturals. Just big naturals, Pinocchio.
Would they be big and natural in that like he carved this Pinocchio out of an oak tree, or are we going to be stuffing bags full of cotton or something? I don't know. I'm trying to think of.
I mean, I think if you were constructing a puppet with big honking milkers, you'd kind of want them to, sway and bounce. So you wouldn't want to do carving them out of the wood, right?
Yeah, maybe use a gum tree, and then you can use the gum fruit. Is that a thing?
just huck a mango in half, and no, you're gonna get some rubber or something, and you're gonna make a nice, teardrop shaped tits for Pinocchio, and then you get wood.
Yeah. Once he becomes a real boy,
Geppetto like puts his glasses down on his nose. Oh wow!
Oh man, now I'm trying to think about what Pinocchio or Donkey Pinocchio would look like with those big knockers.
Just imagine any animal, but with human breasts, pendulous breasts hanging down. Now I'm thinking about my dog with a big pair of tits.
After a litter of puppies, you smack them around a little bit.
Just a set of big old bitties on that dog, male dog, but get a load of that mountain range. Anyway, that was the idea I had for a fact-checking podcast.
I think that's a pretty good one.
Thank you. I think we've got, so far, 2 great ideas. Let's keep this train rolling.
Alrighty. I've also got, this week, Simon Made Simple.
Simon Made Simple.
And this is going to be your guide to playing the, I believe, Tiger Electronic game Sonic that consumed me as a child.
Sonic?
Simon? Tiger Electronic Simon game. Sorry, I don't know what I said.
You said Electronic Sonic.
Yeah, it rhymes. Simon, though.
Yeah.
So it'd be a full walkthrough like they have, but just an audio format where we tell people the ins and outs of how to play the deviously difficult and complicated game of Simon.
Beep, boop, boop, beep.
You're going to want to press red beep, now.
Boop, boop.
That's a green right there. You can tell by the intonation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be...
I mean, it's going to be a long string of us just saying colors.
Yeah. In many ways, it's Sonic... now you got me saying it.
Yeah, it's tough. I said once electronic comes out of your lips.
Electronic Sonic. Yeah.
All right. Fuck Simon. Your new name is Sonic.
Sonic.
Same product. It's now called Sonic.
Yeah, that makes more sense than I guess.
Not the hedgehog, the light board.
I was going to say Sonic because it makes sound, but I guess Simon doesn't make a lot of sense because it's like Simon Says. I figured it out. I solved the puzzle. It was never to do the colors and lights. It was to point out that it was like Simon Says. And Milton Bradley's here now. He's got a big check for me.
You solved the puzzle.
You figured it out. No one else did. Everyone was just hitting those buttons. I just wanted someone to point out the reference.
Yeah.
Now you could take this check, or you could double your money by. What do you think Monopoly is about?
Monopoly, monoply, single ply toilet paper. All the dollar bills are single ply in the box. We need to abolish money.
That's correct.
Awesome.
You got there a weird way, but you figured it out. Simon Made Simple. Now here's what I'm realizing is, as I'm thinking about Simon, and you said that it was a devilish.
It's a challenging and a very complicated game.
Difficult game. I always found it pretty. I don't know. I never was like, oh, it's so hard. But I think it's because in my mind gets the colors and the sounds all mixed up. Like so.
It's kind of like
it's like playing the piano or something, you know. And then I thought, wait, why don't we use a Simon to make music?
Okay, you can do that.
You gotta. I guess the problem would be that you have to follow Simon's pattern, right?
You do.
I don't want to.
Or it'll start over, and then you're back to a monotone experience.
Here's what I want. I want the good people at Tiger or Milton Bradley or whoever it is. Give me a Simon with a sandbox mode.
We can just take it down to the mall and jailbreak it.
There's a guy. There's like a Turkish guy who has a kiosk in the mall where he'll load up a custom firmware on your Simon, your electronic Simon.
Yeah. Also does Furbies if you want to start a Simon and Furby band.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we probably need a front man.
Yeah, we could have a cool rock and roll band with a Furby. Hey, I mean, the kids are listening to Post Malone. You can't get much worse. Am I right?
Well, we've already determined he's probably a liar, and I try not to consume any art put forth by liars.
Yeah, that's why I won't see Jacob the Liar.
Yeah.
Only reason.
Well, that one was an easy pass. They put it. It's great that they put it. You know, he may be a liar, but at this all important moment where this movie says, "My name is I'm a liar." Like they were truthful. Like he told the truth. I knew to expect lies.
Yeah. Avoid.
Pass.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Listen. I mean, normally, this is the kind of movie that I am there day one for. You know. You know me. You know that I've always been a huge fan of the Holocaust.
Yeah, it's your favorite shared universe.
Yeah. They're like, we got the guy from Flubber. He's gonna be in the Holocaust now, and I was like, where do I sign up? And they were like, you don't sign up. It's a movie. And I said, well,
what if you had to sign up to go see movies?
Yeah. And
then what if you could like search everybody that you're like prospectively going to date and be like, all right, well, let's see what movies they signed up for. Oh, wow, they signed up to see Jacob the Liar?
Boondock Saints 2 All Saints Day. I'm so glad that's not the case.
I am too, because I think there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't have seen just because I would be worried about people running through my list.
Yeah. Or you'd see, it'd be like, oh, what's the big titty nuns or something.
that Pinocchio sex movie for first and foremost.
There was a company that was making pornos with incredibly embarrassing names, and then suing people who downloaded them illegally. Like that, it really was one that was like it was like big titted nuns or something like that. But it was like a zombie. I don't remember all the details.
Know. That's,
I don't know why I brought this up.
Why not just keep it simple? I mean, I think big titty nuns is plenty.
That's all. What else do you need? Food, I guess.
Yeah,
you're gonna need food, but
you need to clean yourself occasionally.
Sometimes.
I guess like a hose and food.
Just a hose and food and big titty nuts.
Yeah. Maybe a tarp.
just like a beanbag, or just like some hay on the floor.
Some place to lay my head, man.
Yeah. Just lay there. Big titty nuns.
I got it on the Google Glass.
Put them on the Google Glass. All right. Here's my next idea for a podcast. I wrote, plan our grand finale episode. So this would be, we just get it out of the way. Figure out what, like, our, like Johnny Carson, had like Bette Midler singing "The Wind Beneath My Wings," and everybody's coming on. Oh, Johnny, thank you so much for 30 years of great television. Oh, you're an American institution, Johnny, and we're all here. So we just we just sort that out ahead of time. Yeah,
I like that idea. In planning that, might light a little fire under me. I've always responded to the carrot more than the what's the other one? The one that you get hit with. I don't like being hit with things. So, but I do like carrot cake, and I think we should have that at this party.
We have carrot top.
Carrot top serving carrot cake.
We'll be like, Carrot Top's here, a friend of the show. He's been on here lots of times. He couldn't help himself. He flew out here from Las Vegas just to be on our final episode. Ladies and gentlemen, Carrot Top. And then he does 10 minutes of prop material for our
on an
podcast.
Audio podcast. Yeah. And I'd now really want that to happen, because I wonder how many of his bits are just so fucking good you don't need to see the prop. Like, there are times that I'm like, Carrot Top, you are so fucking good at this. Don't even open that. Don't even open that chest up. Keep them away.
Hide those big naturals.
I don't want to die of laughter.
Oh, that chest.
Oh, yeah. You can do your whole set topless, Carrot Top. We're all very impressed.
I'm sure that at some point, Carrot Top has had a joke that involved him putting on a big pair of fake tits. What happened?
I'm sorry, that just really tickled me.
It turned you into a leprechaun.
Oh, when I was really, really small, I think I was in kindergarten, around St. Patrick's Day, we built a house for a leprechaun, and every time we'd have nap time, the leprechaun would show up to his house and leave a little note that the teacher would read to us.
Oh.
And
this is gaslighting.
Yeah.
That's what you're describing.
No, I wanted to believe really badly, and so then I was very tired and cranky because I refused to sleep during nap time because I wanted to see the leprechaun.
God damn. What a...
Still a little salty about that. But somebody, they'd let us look at the notes, and it was really like a piece of paper that was
official.
about.
It says from the desk of the leprechaun.
Yeah, it was about the size of like a receipt, but it was written in a very tiny hand and calligraphy, and they went all out.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. I was waiting for a treasure map to where the gold was. Felt like, like I'm 6 years old or whatever, but I'm going to make my nut young and, get all the leprechaun's gold as just a boy.
It's going to make his nut young.
Yeah. That'd be a good rapper name. Young Nut.
Little Young Nut. They should add... I don't know. Are there any rappers that have like Lil and Young in their name? I'm going to look it up. Oh, yeah, there's... looks like there's a rapper named Lil Young Pharaoh.
Okay. I thought you were maybe going to find Lil Brigham Young.
Lil Brigham Young. Lil Young Pharaoh, he has he has two different descriptors that are, it's kind of redundant, right?
Well, like Tutankhamun was a young pharaoh, died young, but he wasn't necessarily little. He might have been a real big teen.
Lil Tut. No, I'm just realizing that maybe this could be a new direction for rap names. We've seen all the Youngs and the Lils. Now we got a Lil Young. Let's just keep adding more. Be like little bitty, teeny weeny. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the #1 Spotify artist of 2032. Little bitty, teeny weeny, itsy bitsy murder.
MC Micro Penis.
MC ooh wee teeny weeny tiny. So minuscule, just a little twinkle in his father's eye.
We're going to stack up a bunch of crates and get my man out here right now. Talking about the littlest, the little piece of... I don't know.
Little piece of...
little piece of...
He's like Tom Thumb.
Yeah.
He climbs up on a podium.
It's kind of going to be like the Nutcracker. Like, he's probably going to have to... like sword fight a mouse with a toothpick.
Yeah.
During his performance.
That's why it's the only rap show with a podium, because he can't be on the stage. He almost got stepped on by a dancer one time.
They started out putting a giant magnifying glass in front of the stage so people could get a better view, but then the sun came.
The sun came out. That hot Coachella sun.
Yeah.
Nearly roasted. What's his name?
We almost had fewer performances from him than from the Tupac hologram.
Well, that's the secret, is that it was just a magnifying glass. It's a big lenticular lens, and they just had it actually a tiny pocket-sized Tupac. It was point Tupac.
At some point, we're just going to be able to have a personal MC that fits in our pocket, right?
Yeah.
And then
you just pull him out, make him battle.
Yeah.
They have a little
keep him in.
shootout.
Yeah. Keep him in his little ball and let him out. And then, he makes fun of I guess the other guy's miniature rapper shoes or something.
Yeah.
His ability to sword fight rats.
Yeah.
Suspect.
Somebody's gonna... There's always that one nerd who shows up and wants everybody to battle his Tech 9, and you're like, ugh. We get it. It's who you think is the best. We like Eminem.
Do you think it's weird that the Mars company never hired Eminem the rapper to voice one of their wonderful cartoon Eminem candies that are in the commercials?
5 years ago I would have said absolutely not, but we live in a kind of a funhouse hall of mirrors, and it's crazy how much just people like Gwyneth Paltrow will be like clapping on the 1s and 3s for Eminem at the American Spirit Awards or some dumb show. It's incredible how just being white and rich can take you so far.
Yeah. that hasn't that always been the case?
Just the fact that Eminem, God bless his heart. I mean, I saw 8 Mile. I know how hard he had. He had to fuck Brittany Murphy. Lil Young Pharaoh.
Lil Young Pharaoh.
He's the successor to the throne.
He's the youngest pharaoh that there's ever been, and also the smallest.
He is the littlest, youngest pharaoh. He's like the littlest hobo, but...
Did Paul Wall start out as small Paul Wall?
He started out as Paul Fence. Okay. He grew up into a wall. This is the Lil Young Pharaohs. I called 5 times. He keeps calling. Yeah. Wow. Why am I not surprised that it sounds like that? Because it all sounds like that. Get off my lawn, Lil Young Pharaoh.
Don't come at me with that sleepy piano music. I want a bop, baby. Yeah. More horns, more sirens.
God, can you imagine being like 18 years old again and just having that like dumb shit idea where you're like, I don't know why, like this girl that I'm so in love with, she just won't answer my calls. What's going on? I need to write a very Robitussined out rap song about it.
Do you start writing that song after 3 calls and just wait until you hit the number that hits your rhyming scheme? Or
yeah,
do you like know in your head like, damn, I hope she doesn't pick up on 4. I'm really set on 5. I'm just going to stop calling at that point.
Yeah, maybe it's like Unforgiven. He'll just put out a sequel to his song later.
I don't know. I was
called
expecting
6 times, and then a song called "I went to the bathroom and I thought I heard my phone ringing. Did you try to call me back?" All right, we have a user submitted idea for a podcast.
All right, what do you got?
Comes from Zach. Zach writes in this week. He says, "Why are people who use their middle initial when stating their name inherently untrustworthy?" Two Pinocchios. I feel like this is a bit of a dig at me because I use my middle initial when stating my name.
I feel like I don't know what your middle name is, but I feel like people who state their middle initial probably have embarrassing middle names, and they're like, we're going to hide it in plain sight. I think that Nathan P. Woodard might be Nathan Pinocchio Woodard. He's the wooden boy from the story.
Oh, and get a load of these. And I lift up my shirt, and then you melt like the Nazis from the Raiders of the Lost Ark, because that's how big and beautiful they are.
The Brazier of the Covenant.
Yeah, I mean, they're so big, it's barely covenanted.
Well, like I'm trying to think. Like I think it is a dig at you, but I'm trying to think of other. Is he saying that Michael J. Fox is inherently untrustworthy? That's the first one I thought of.
Michael J. Fox. I mean, I don't think he has any ill intent, but I wouldn't let him hold my beer. Got a can of paint from the hardware store. It's been sitting for a while. Yeah, have at it, Michael.
Nobody should be drinking paint. Paint's for smelling. Everybody knows that. You don't drink paint, you smell it. And look at it, I guess.
It is wild that you don't think about the fact that the number one use of paint is looking at it.
Number two.
What do you do with paint? Well, you get a brush and you... Wrong! You look at it!
Well, you gotta spread it out neat and even.
Whew.
Then look at it.
Yeah, but I mean the ratio of
the amount of time spent with
spreading to looking at. I cannot think of a single paint that gets more attention from the brush than it does from the looking at it. Where do you guys come up with these ideas?
I'm trying to think of it like a new business model where we charge by the amount of time that people look at a painting. It's not just like one general get you in and you can look at, like, if you want to look at this Mona Lisa, it's going to cost you a premium per second gander.
This paint just, it runs an ad for Michael Bloomberg every 30 seconds. Hey, if you want to see the paint, you got to listen to Michael Bloomberg for a minute. So that's Zach's idea for a podcast.
I guess if this were a podcast, we would just take a new subject each week and then find out how, like, this would dovetail with the Pinocchio podcast idea. I mean, we could just use it as a starting off point for the Pinocchios.
Yeah, William H. Macy, Paul F. Tompkins, Boutros B. Ghali. All right, let's fire up the Podtron 4500. What do you say?
Let's do it.
What do you say? Now the Podtron is going to come up with a list of names of podcasts that should perform fairly well on iTunes, given the current roster of frontrunners. And right away, I've got one obscure with Changero.
Ooh.
And I think that this would be he's kind of in the same vein as Zorro or The Cape on NBC.
Yeah.
This is a kind of a swarthy, mysterious character named Changero.
Is it Changero or is it Changero?
Changero. Changero.
Yeah.
And he's got a big pair of titties.
Yeah. Olay.
So yeah, it's something.
But obscure with
Changero. He's always that's his power of fighting crime. He's got those big old titties.
Yeah.
And he's always changing. It's like a changing room. That's where he got his name. He was like, I must strike fear into the hearts of criminals, but what would my identity be? And then somebody was like, whoa, watch out with that ladder in this Forever 21. And then the ladder hits and it knocks the O and M off the end of change room. And he's like, Changero. That is it. And then he's like, because he was a peeping Tom, and he was like, he was just there in the Forever 21 because he was like trying to sneak a glimpse through the little curtain that they have in the changing room of the ladies changing in there. And then he gets the idea to do that to fight crime. He gets
he will
he was born with
hide his identity, but to do so he needs to obscure his giant breasts.
He wears a mask and he wears a cape and he has a giant pair of breasts and they're exposed, but he's always holding the cape in a way where it's just obscuring them. And then the criminals are like, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, hey, look at that. And they forget about doing crimes. They're just trying to get a glimpse of those glorious globes.
And then the cape comes back up. And they're at a loss. And all of a sudden, handcuffs
moving
are
around.
going on.
The cape is always somehow, and this is why we can put it on TV, is that there will always be just like a hint of side boob, some cleavage, maybe an under boob for sweeps.
That's the Changero guarantee. We will not produce an episode without side boob.
There will always be a little bit of that, that raw meat.
Yeah. But it will be on a masked crime-fighting man.
Yeah, but he'll have a mask.
And he'll hang out in the mall a lot. There are going to be a lot of scenes in the mall.
Maybe we'll meet him halfway. The mask is like a rubber Marilyn Monroe mask.
He definitely got his mask in Hot Topic around Halloween time, but, Halloween's a long ways away.
Or he just has the mask from The Mask. It's just a green thing. He says, somebody stop me. They're like, no, we don't want to stop you. Show us more.
We love you, The Mask. And he say, my name is Changero.
Changero. All right. What do you got here?
All right. Bear with me on this one. This is a real long one. I need help deciding what the Podtron wants. Sometimes the Podtron doesn't know what it wants, and it feels like these titles come in fits and starts. But here we go. Brain stuff. They wouldn't Watergarachel my husband Jerican Cuminal.
All right. Just to be
and this might just be like we might be testing the Podtron for some bugs with this one.
Brain stuff, they wouldn't Watergarachel my husband Jerican Cuminal.
Mostly I just like Jerican Cuminal.
Jerican Cuminal.
To me, a Cuminal is someone who becomes a criminal, but only through the medium of his own cum.
He's just a jerk off. He fights Changero. Jerican Cuminal. My old friend turned nemesis. Once we were both creeps at the mall. But I decided to use my powers for good. And you, on the other hand, are still just coming on the faucet handle at the speedway.
putting stains in all of America's most valuable fabrics. Jerican Cuminal.
Yeah, I think this is...
But it's a brain stuff,
It's
though.
brain stuff. It's also, they wouldn't
Watergarachel, which I don't know what that is either.
My husband, Jerican Cuminal. So maybe this is... Maybe Watergarachel is Jerican Cuminal's wife, and this is like your Harley Quinn movie, right? This is about the woman behind every great man. And in this case, the great man is not the Joker, it's Jerican Cuminal.
I think also, like the Harley Quinn movie, this one's probably going to get a title change in week 2.
Yeah. They're going to...
So look, they got a little... They were feeling it. It was a heat check with that title, and no, we're gonna pass the ball next time.
We're just gonna... Let's be honest. Nobody's gonna go to the box office and be like, 2 tickets for brain stuff. They wouldn't Watergarachel, my husband Jerican Cuminal. Although if we ever...
However, we rename it J-Cum, everybody's going to come out of the woodwork for J-Cum.
J-Cum. Yeah. And what's that actress?
What, Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm blanking on her name right now.
I know, I am too.
I can look it up. Why can't I not think of that? She's a big old star.
Yeah, she's a big old star.
Taking me a moment. Do you think that
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think she'd be interested in playing Mrs. Cuminal? My husband, he's out here coming on everything. He comes home, I'm like, where have you been? He's like, oh, I was at work. And I'm like, yeah, at work.
You're out there coming over everything.
Let me see. Give me some of your cum. And he's like, oh, I just ran out. I'm like, yeah, I know you did.
I look at his pants. He's dry as a bone.
He's dry as... Yeah, I bet I know too. It's probably all over the seat on the bus.
What am I, you? Just a giant cum rag?
This cum dumpster is dry, and I've had enough.
Okay. I think she'd probably be the perfect person for this movie.
Yeah, I think we both did a very perfect impression.
Yeah, it sounds just like that.
Of Margot Robbie. All right, I got another one here.
What you got?
This is a podcast called... I was torn between two. This one's called Levar Girl.
Levar Girl?
Yeah. Levar Girl.
Burton for a squirtin'.
So this... Yeah,
Sorry.
That's pretty much where I was thinking this could go, is we just basically Geordie LaForge, but with big naturals.
Yeah. Kneading rainbow, but it's kneading with a K, and we're talking about Lamar's large breasts.
Honking his big old
There's a real theme this week, and it's boys with big, beautiful breasts. The podcast.
This is so weird. I think all of our ideas.
Every single last one.
A man with a giant pair of tits. Yeah.
And I don't know why we were wanting to cast Margot Robbie. We talked about John Travolta earlier.
John Travolta.
He's the patron saint of this episode.
Yeah.
Edna Turnblad himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell. Levar Girl. You got another one?
Yeah. The history of the wine time. Ali, the secrets.
What?
So I think this is just going to be people's recollections of the times that Muhammad Ali had a couple of glasses of wine too much and started telling some secrets that he'd normally keep tight-lipped about.
That makes sense.
So the history of the wine time.
The wine time.
Ali, the secrets.
That was during the wine time. Yes, my child, but that was before the wine time.
Which, once he converted to Islam, I mean, alcohol was verboten at that point, so it's a bit of a, when Ali would have the wine time, then he didn't hold it very well, and then the secrets came.
The wine time. I love saying the wine time. Say it like Alec Guinness. It's the wine time. Oh, yes, I haven't had the wine time.
The wine time makes me think about, like, in Game of Thrones when they will say, like, I was in my cups. It was the wine time. I was in my cups.
Yes, that was in the wine time. I'd bent a few too many elbows. That was before the great billowing, before the rise of the Vape Lords.
My spoon runneth over with loudmouth soup.
That makes me think of in old timey stuff. They'd have medicine. They just pour it in a fucking spoon.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, 1 spoon.
Tablespoon.
That's the right amount.
Like, just go to your table.
Exact
Oh, see the spoon? Pick it up. That's your tablespoon.
There you go. Yeah, shut up. Shut up, meathead.
Did you find it in a cup of tea? No, it's a tablespoon.
Yeah. What is that, a floor spoon? No. Tablespoon. Get the fuck out of here, you hippie. I gotta go. Listen, I'm out all day busting my nut. Just coming all over everything. I come home and my bitch wife, she's like, where's she come? Where's she come?
She makes me drop my Coke spoon down the sink drain. Gotta go down to Baskin Robbins to get a new one.
Yeah, so that's what was it?
It was history of the wine time. Ali,
history of the
secrets.
wine time. Ali, the secrets. All right. Well, so we've got the nude names.
Yep.
We've got the Pinocchio Cast. We got Simon Made Simple. Our grand finale episode. The thing about middle initials, which is kind of in the same vein as the nude names. Mm-hmm. If we were going with changing your name. And then also kind of with the Pinocchio Cast, with them being liars. Then we have Changero, that one.
Yeah.
Levar Girl, and the 2 word salads that you threw out.
Jerican, Cuminal, and wine time, Ali, the secrets.
All right, so I'm kind of feeling like a collabo on this one. I don't know how about you.
I want the Pinocchio Cast to take the lead, but I'm cool with little nude names and some middle initials thrown in.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do the Pinocchio Cast.
I mean, really, this is going to be the Boys with Big Naturals cast. Would a rose by any other name smell as sweet?
Yeah. Put them on the glass. All right, so tune in to our Patreon if you want to hear the Pinocchio Cast. That'll be coming out this Friday. Sign up on Patreon. If you sign up at the $5 level, you will not only get a shout out, but you'll get access to the vault where we keep all of our past episodes. And I never mentioned it, but there's a $10 level too. Sign up at the $10 level, we'll send you some sort of prize pack. T-shirt,
A liter
stickers,
of beans.
1 liter of beans. It'll all be there. Anyway, follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Go to find us on our Facebook group. Facebook group is where generally we ask for idea submissions. You can also email us if you want. You can send us an email at we don't have a podcast yet at gmail.com. We will read your email on the air as long as there are no slurs, because people have been really trying to trick us with that kind of thing. Anyway, that's been our show. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.